All right, I don't know how to open this. I don't know how to end it because this is it's a terrible conversation, but it's a conversation we're going to have. I'm mad. I've been mad all day about it, but I also had a great day on some other levels, and it's kind of this duality. I have a sponsor for this video, and I'm proud of that. I'm glad that the business of life keeps on going. I had a great day in some ways. I had a great lunch, but the other part of me is like, I'm mad. So we're going to talk about it. It's a really weird thing. I don't know how to begin it. I don't know how to end this video. I've got some notes here, and I'm just going to have a conversation with you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're going to have a conversation about this. I do want to hear what you have to say. This is a tough day. And we're going to talk a little bit about this, not the whole picture, but I'm going to share with you my thoughts. Would love to hear yours as well. Thank you for being here. Buckle up, here we go. This conversation is brought to you by Aventon Bikes, the makers of the e-bike that is meticulously designed for a variety of riding styles and needs. They manufacture all their own components, and their models are also compatible with most bike accessory companies, so you can customize yours just like you want it. Top tier e-bike at an affordable price. Aventon. Check it all out over at Aventon.com. I'm also mad at them. They sent Jared one to try out. I haven't got to see one. Jared's loving his 28 miles an hour. Sounds fun. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Just thanks for being here. And I do mean that. I don't know how to craft this into a neat and tidy video, so I just wrote some bullet points. First, it's awful. It is absolutely awful. I hope that goes without saying. And I shouldn't even have to say as a father, it's awful. I think as a human, it's awful. This is a human piece of garbage. I'm not saying his name and I'm not showing his garbage face, and I'm glad he's no longer on this planet. Not happy about that. Joe Biden came out yesterday and began to speak about it, and he invoked the name of God and read scripture. All comedy aside, this sounds like a comedy joke, and I don't mean it that way. Will Smith said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." And I thought that when he started talking about scripture, my thought was, you freaking pedophile, keep the Lord's name out of your pedophile mouth. And I don't mean that to be snarky. I don't mean that to be ha-ha funny, because it's kind of funny. No, I mean that for real. I don't want to hear anything he has to say. He started pushing for more control. Of course he did, right before the midterm elections. And it's not even him. Let's be fair. He's reading what the regime and the DNC has put on the screen. It's a mess. And I'm not happy about that either. And here's the big part that just pisses me off. I'm sorry for the language. Everybody that's running their freaking criminal yappers in DC today, every one of them has 24 hours a day armed security, and they're not willing to protect our children with the same security that they have. They're willing to protect their money. They're willing to protect Wall Street. They're willing to protect their business interests, their own personal bodies, as well as their homes and their vacation homes with armed security, but they won't extend that to our nation's best, our children. And that makes me upset. Yes, I would get more clicks if I'm being dramatic for dramatic point. I promise you, this is really probably the most honest video I've ever made. And just extend the same courtesy to our children that Congress extends to themselves. I don't want to hear what they have to say. Now, some of the Texas senators have been pushing back, and they've already said a big middle finger to Joe and his freaking gun control. Why does it got to be about that? Now, again, this isn't comedy, but Opie posted this today. I think it's really well said. It's a little visual that kind of puts into words. Oh no, gun bad, ban gun. I wish we could just harden the targets of our schools and maybe they wouldn't be a target. Walk into Wall Street. Go down to Wall Street to the NASDAQ and walk in there. See what happens to you there. They don't put up with it. Somehow we have to and we're expected to. Murder's already illegal. That's it, man. That's it. That's the entire conversation. Murder's already illegal. Writing little words on a page at the state capitol or at cities or at the county level or the city level or the state level or the Fed level, just writing words on a page doesn't change anything. Bad people who are intent on badness will do bad things. Well, it's a mental health issue. No, it's a piece of human garbage that did something terrible and he paid the price for it. I wish Joe had talked about the families. rather than talking about law-abiding citizens and what he's going to take from them. So I think it's a pile of crap. I think the whole thing is a pile of crap. And for the third time, I wish that everybody that has 24-hour-a-day armed security paid for by the populace would shut their yappers. Like I said, I don't know. Like I don't really know how to jump into this. I don't know how to keep going. There's a book from 1991 called The Pale Horse Rider, and I'll put the quote in here right now. I won't have it up here just a second. You can pause it and read it, but it's about the voluntary disarmament of the populace, where we cry ourselves. This book's fiction, but it's scary fiction, that we cry for the government to disarm us, and that's what is already happening today. Now, a lot of folks have asked me, hey, Johnny, it's fishy. The whole thing's fishy. How does some cross-dressing teenager who lives in literally in his grandma's house, afford a $5,000 loadout? I don't know. I don't know yet. I think we'll never know. I think it's fishy, but I don't want to go so far down that road. But we talked about this. We talked about this. And I want to end with a point. Somebody on the news today, they always say it. They always say this. How many children have to die? Well, they always say that. How many kids have to die before we give up our guns? And to that, y'all know what I'm going to say. All of them.